What's up, YouTube? Codforman221 here, and welcome to the wonderful map of Red Ball Express. Yes, here we are again. Now, sorry all my videos recently have been on this map. I'm going to take this out of my queue when we search, because for some reason this map is just always popping up in the 3v3s. So we're going to be playing with Nick and Schnappy. So Nick is back here. Nick's playing as Vermax, Schnappy and I are both OKW. And look at the confidence from Schnappy. Good luck, have fun, and I going to win. Not even proper English. We'll say English isn't his first language, so that's okay, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to be capturing this sports. I believe I'm going to be focusing on the middle. I played this game about 3 or 4 days ago. It's been a little like I get really excited in Shogun and can just like turn out videos like 20 minutes each. Like this is great. But coming to Heroes 2, I have to record. I have to get the good gameplay for you guys, and then I have to find time to record it. Now I could do some of them live. There, that has been proposed. I've done some matches live, but not too many. It's generally like I find it hard to concentrate and play at the same time. COH 2. Anyway, besides that, we're playing against the Brits. 2 British players. Oh, I remember this match now. This is going to be a good match. I actually hadn't remembered exactly what had happened, but I just remembered seeing the 2 British players on the left side. On the right side, we have a Russian player. So I'm going to be using my Volksgrenadiers. I'm actually going to build some sandbags to protect my men here. I need to hold this VP in the center here. I'm also having the Kupowagen capture the stuff on this side. Nick has a machine gun set up and getting a mortar out very early. Probably pretty. I would have gone for a grenadier personally before a mortar. Yeah, they're shooting at my guys as we're building this, so I have to kind of move in. He's not expecting my unit to be right here, and we're just going to shoot him to pieces. So he's going to have to. He's trying to bait me with MGs, so I do have to be kind of careful here. But I'm hiding behind the wood sector. Let's take a look on this side here. Schnappy's having fun laying down some mines. Oh yes, I also remember this. So remember, this house has no windows on this side. There's solid wall here. There's not a single window here. And we're not going to worry about me here. Schnappy's actually going to get suppressed through the wall here. Oh, yes. Look at this great outflank here. I'll just pause for a quick second here. So what I did was I outflanked around this way, and this machine gun was facing here. I outflanked. This other one was going after my Kupowagen, so I basically surrounded their MGs. Even though, unfortunately, I get pinned here, but it was still a nice effort there. And you know, his vehicles are very stationary here. Anyway, back to Schnappy on this side. Look at this. He's getting shot through the wall right here, even though there's no windows here. That's crazy. Let's take a look at Nick's side here. He's captured our fuel, so we're now both fuels, actually. And Nick is bombarding the Brits in this house here. And I'm being pushed back from the mid. I can't really fight MGs this early on. I definitely am floating some manpower. I've set up my headquarters here in a relatively safe position, protected by the hedgerow here. And now they're laying mines down too after getting some of themselves killed here.
Regiment advises infantry ready to utilize breakthrough tactics.
Oh, look at that outflanking. I've honestly not seen someone outflank with a machine gun that aggressively. You very, very rarely see machine guns move up and flank like this. They're stationary weapons. They're not meant to be really moved around in that kind of aggressive fashion, and it did backfire on him here. In fact, if he's not careful, he could lose this. And the British player's another machine gun here is also going to build a mortar, which will just going to make that side really hard for us to take. Meanwhile, Schnappy's lost the right side here, and I'm still somewhat holding the middle here. I do have these guys back here. I'm playing very unconventional with the OKW here. I'm getting a flak half track. I'm just bad with half tracks in this game. Besides the Russian one with the quad 50 cal. We saw how badly I managed the AA half track on this map with the United States. I just wiped out that squad there. And we're going to see how badly I throw away my advantage with my own half track here. I get a little too aggressive, but we'll see that. So I want to push in the middle. Nice, Nick just wiped out. Does he have these 2 mortars right here? I find that kind of interesting how Nick has gone with the double mortar there. So his machine gun is covering the center here, so you have to be kind of careful. I'm grabbing the munitions over here. And they're just throwing. That's crazy how he's shooting him through the house here. Honestly, just right here with if Nick had a machine. Whoa, hold up, look at that. Yeah, I had my rear echelon right here, and they're just flaming that. So Nick keeps getting outflanked, and he's asking me to try to hold this. I'm trying. I don't realize that they keep trying to send units through here. Oh, so look at this. So I hate to keep pausing the game here. So I brought my half-track forward. This thing was almost dead, and it popped up and just instantly shredded my half-track here. Now this British guy, he went with the stand fast, so they repair when activated. So honestly, that should be worth like 100 munitions. I'm very anti-emplacement for the British. I think, especially the Bofors and stuff, these things need to have lower health, and you shouldn't have any kind of auto repair or one of those what was it called? You shouldn't have any auto repair was one of the things here. And then the other thing was when you build a forward assembly, that should be able to repair. So the somewhat new mechanic here is you have to repair a vehicle, I think, before you can man it. Never mind. They had something like that where you had to repair something. Anyway, my guys are going to win this fight here, and then we are a little low health. I've now started to get mass infantry here. I'm trying to cover Nick's flank here, but he keeps slipping through the cracks. And look how aggressive that is, moving a machine gun up like this. And look at the range. I just got hit by, oh, that's actually not. Horrible position for a mortar, by the way. Easy to get an AT gun up here to shoot it. We've now lost our fuel on this side due to the Russian with a lot of, he's got support spam. He's got a lot of machine guns. He's got 2 AT guns. He has a clown car. And I was going to try to outflank here, not get caught by the machine gun here. Now, I'm very aware his machine gun is here, so I'm going to really try to not go... Yeah, just try to kill this unit here, but not get too close. So I know his machine gun's probably down along here, so I can outflank. Nick has a mortar half-track here. And as Nick's grenadiers are here, and his own mortar half-track is doing damage here, this is going to be 400 manpower down the drain if that thing does get killed. I also have an infantry support gun that's going to start firing away once they get it a little... doesn't have the range currently. But I did wipe out that HMG here, and just to deny it from my opponents, I am going to reman that. Problem is the British have the emplacement right here. My poor half-track. I'm the OKW. We don't have a ton of fuel. But we should be able to counter this. We only have 1 BP. Here's the problem. They'll let us hold the center here. We can fight over the center. That's fine. The real issue is we need this VP either on this side or this one, and neither of them are looking very good right now. Thankfully, this should be dead here, though, so that's 400 manpower down the drain. And I honestly need munitions because these are 90 for these Gewehr package, which gives us 4 Gewehrs. I think it's 4 Gewehrs at least. You know, I was thinking about this. In April, I would have been playing COH 2 for 4 years, and that's basically my college years. We need COH 3, guys. Let's be honest. Got all these fuel caches. They also have a sniper over here. So Nick has kind of given up. We're very happy they're not pushing the field because there's nothing really to defend it here. Nick has gone with his very static approach here, and Nick needs to... He's got very, very heavy tier 1. He needs to move to tier 2 and tier 3 to get some tanks. We're about 9 minutes in. At least move to the next tier here and get some AT. Captain munitions again. They are taking our fuel. You know, if I had coordinated better with Snoppy, I could have outflanked them. They have nothing behind here, but it's really just this mansion they have to deal with. Nick did send his half-track over here, and when the ATs are exposed like this, yeah, they're gonna get cleaned up. And Snoppy and Nick's, well, he's the light infantry support gun, the infantry support gun, and the mortar half-track have done a lot of damage to the Soviets here. Anyway, they're sniping at... I didn't even realize this. They were sniping at... Wow, I did not see this sniper. Nick did not see the sniper. I wondered how my gun got killed here. Well, now I know. I'm going to try to protect our fuel here, no matter if I take some casualties or not. That mortar certainly does fire quite quickly. He's going to hop into this little building here. Heard for a flame grenade. It's a very small shack that should kill a lot of the units in here. Well, at least damage their health significantly. I'm trying to shoot the sniper because I can see him, but we're so low health for now, it's just worth retreating. So I have not... Snoppy's still fighting on this side. Wow, look at that. Just no machine gun in here. Very vulnerable. A lot of combat engineers here. Not going to do very well. He gets a quad half-track on us. It's a totally different situation, though. But he's remanning mortars and everything. Snoppy did Panzerfaust that. Snoppy should man the AT gun and just wipe that thing out. That'd be very... he's denying him this building here. I guess he managed to Panzerfaust it enough here. Look at this guy run with 120mm mortar. He does not want to let that fall into Snoppy's hand. Stalin. Stalin's playing against the Russian. Shocker. Yeah, we can't really do anything. The Bofors is very hard to kill initially. We'd have to focus all our mortars on it. And I've decided to go with the Mechanized Regiment headquarters and build a Stuka. Now, I'm going to use them well enough, but I'm going to build 2 Stukas. I'm going to delay my tanks by a lot by building a Stuka because the building costs 50 and this costs 100. So if I had the 100, if I got the Panzer headquarters there, oh, look at this incoming here. Snoppy, don't repair, don't salvage tanks. I mean, I guess he wants to kill that Max Center, but he almost lost his squad. This is what I'd salvage, the bigger guns. Anyway, I'm just doing a lot of damage to these, well, some damage to these units here as I'm getting my Vickers set up here. I will fall back behind that, and my Stukas is coming to the field here. You can see in the mini map there. This almost died here, actually. I think, no, they don't. They have an AT gun back there. Nick and I should have worked better to coordinate this stuff. Now, I do see a tank wandering around the center, which makes me very nervous, actually. I think his engine got blasted there, but I have no AT in the center. The problem is they're just repairing whenever we attack, so even though I do this massive amount of damage here to both of these, they're just going to keep repairing. And they have a Centaur in the field here, so is this a problem with not having any kind of tanks on the field or AT guns, especially for me? We can Panzerfaust them. I'm going to upgrade these guys with a combat package here, I think, in a second. And I can always Faust here. I'm trying to get this guy here. He's going to back off. He doesn't want to get too close. And Snoppy's taking some casualties down here. He has managed to secure the fuel and got us another fuel. So now they're starved for fuel here with their early vehicles. I'm doubling down. Snoppy to this was a good idea when maybe it wasn't per se, but I now have now I'm gonna have my second Stukas. In German, the this letter right here, this is called an S set. It makes a S sound. So you'd say Fußball and Fuß, like, yeah. And I have some AT now. I gave these guys to actually fire. There we go. And then, of course, his engine's in trouble, and then the double fouls from Nick, and yeah, he's dead. The double Shreks. However, as we do this, they now have more armor on the field. I don't think the purple player is actually... I mean, I guess he's a lockdown this point, and we're not really pushing him. I know, I was trying to save fuel. I need to get some medics around here. I need to also be able to heal up and get a forward position at some point here. I now have 2 Stukas Fuses. I'm ready to do some damage to these emplacements here in the house and the sniper. And now, here's the problem. He's going to start building... I hate this doctrine, by the way. This steadfast one is pretty cheap. But he's going to start building the fort assembly area. So let's see how effective my Stukas are going to be. He hopped in the building there. That one wasn't... That was actually not as effective as I thought. And he's just going to... Every time I do it, he's just going to... For 15 minutes, just have them auto-repair like that. So... Yeah, kind of cheap. They need to fix some stuff with the British emplacements. Maybe I'm not a fan of artillery or stationary stuff here, but it kind of seems like when you're under attack to have that auto repair thing, or to be even they shouldn't even be allowed to fire when they're auto repairing. Just like when you're braced, that'd be another way to counter that too. So we managed to take the south again from the Russian player who got destroyed by Snoppy here. But the center is not looking good with Nick trying to hold this here. And then the north is, they're pretty entrenched here. I've switched with Nick here. I'm now focusing all my troops on the north. He's focusing on the center here. I do have my headquarters here to run my troops back though. That heal them up. I'm now going to be saving to get the next half track and get the Panzer headquarters here. And that is going to be quite deadly actually. He does have the AT gun here though, which is nice. So he can, with the Russian player just advances with the support, you know, the combat engineers, not really even using conscripts actually. That is a T-34-85 though. He has no infantry to support this. It seems like the Russian player was completely wiped out. Look at this. He doesn't have a ton of manpower. This is not a good army composition here. 1 pioneer squad and a mortar. He needs conscripts. So he's going to go right past Schnappy's defenses here, which is unfortunate. But honestly, he's in better shape. Schnappy's in much better shape to stop this thing. That is a 120mm mortar though, so that is something he needs to be aware of. I think I did another barrage here. Yep, more damage along here. I'm trying to kill this headquarters here. That's the Halloween skin. Nick stole a Cromwell, which is awesome. Nick said he wants him up here, so I'm gonna actually activate the repair pioneers to get both his vehicles repaired here, and then I'm gonna take this fuel here. We have our own fuel. That 120mm mortar is killing Schnappy here. Like not figuratively, like literally look how big those shells are. Nick's AT gun is trying to do some work here. Looks like my guys are going right for the closest vehicle, not the immobilized one. I was very aware of this tank coming over here. I'm just going to Faust it, and then I have these anti-tank units here. I do have to be careful. I see 2 tanks in the field. I don't want to fire them, even though I'm pretty close to being able to actually shoot here. Yeah, so he's pretty damaged there. I know I need to kill this headquarters up here. I actually can't even see he has a headquarters right here. I can see I'm being shot at. I ran these guys back. They got hit by a mortar and I lost. They're right here crawling around. They got hit by a mortar, so I do need to. There's my pioneers there also. they do need to go back to this. I'm getting medics right now. Anyway, lots of explosions. I did manage to kill this headquarters here because I actually figured out where it was. And look how close that thing was to dying. If only I was able to coordinate a little better with Nick and maybe hit that with a grenade or something. By the time I get close enough here, it's just going to suppress my infantry. And that's a real problem because his infantry are now... They now have a bunch of Brents here and they're a bigger squad, and I'm just... As I move forward here and try to throw grenades and everything at it, I just have to retreat. So it's really, I mean, like I said, Nick and I, if he had brought down this and done the incendiary grenade, and I did that, that would have wiped out that headquarters there. Start focusing on the mass amount of Brits in the center, though. So if we're able to break the deadlock on this left side here, right now we're starving them of fuel. If we go onto them, they're getting 28 because they almost have every point. We're getting less fuel actually than they are. And wow, that's actually surprising. That's crazy. And my headquarters is just hanging out up here for some reason. I need to actually plant that down. So yeah, he's gonna build that forward assembly area again. Yeah, so these guys picked up a Panzerschreck. Schnappy must have killed, because I saw 2 T-34-85s. Schnappy must have killed one of them. See some wrecks here.
Lay footings for Panzer HQ here.
Yeah, I'm building a Panzer HQ. This guy's vet too. I have 7 kills, mostly for infantry, and I'm just gonna keep bombarding this area. I mean, they're both bombarding the area. I'm very afraid of a tank or two just pushing through. That's why I have these guys at the front line here. Ultimately, what I'd love to do is just push up forward once I hit this guy and shoot him with my Panzerfaust. Look at that. That mortar is absolutely shredding. 3 men killed right there. We have no VP, so Schnappy's struggling to hold on to this side once again with the Russian tanks here. He does have a Hetzer, though, which just missed. Sorry, Jagd Panzer. I want to show off this skill right here that Schnappy has. I was watching this sector live. So because he doesn't have, this is no turret, he's manually reversing this backward to make sure his gun is always facing the T-34-85. And he's getting help from his AT guns here. So that saved his tank there, and that was very, just being able to back up and keep your forward gun facing. That was very good of Schnappy. Yeah, you know, Nick with the bombing run here could also, we could level both these positions here. He hasn't managed to build this up again, which is good. I think I was telling Nick, I'm like, Nick, we can wipe this guy off here if you give me some help here. I think at this point I'm going to probably save for a King Tiger. I don't need to get any kind of tanks out right now. I built all the buildings I need. Cromwells are creating havoc in the center though for Nick. Oh, we've done a good job in the center from... Oh, I'm still holding this thing here, actually. So here comes the massive assault on this side. He didn't manage to repair that, though. So is that both hit? Yeah, both hits there. He's going to pop out and repair like he usually does, but then we're going to go forward here and take these guys out here. Managed to kill that quickly. So he can't repair. Nick's moving in. My infantry are moving in, ready to do some real damage. I'm going to pull back these beat up squads here. Unfortunately, Nick's going a bombing run here, which is excellent. But the British are over here too. And yeah, they just came right from the center. I don't know why his army was stacked over here. But Nick is in real trouble. He's going to lose both his tanks if he's not careful here. Perfect outflank with this tank here. I've called the assault artillery down just to blast anything in this vicinity here, try to give some smoke cover. Nick is going to kill that. He's not careful. He almost lost his other tank here. I'm trying to screen for Nick. These guys are going to get shredded if I don't get back here. So as all my heavy artillery is going down, this guy with 3 squads is going to run into it, which makes no sense to me, but he got incredibly lucky there that the smoke went down just at that time, not artillery. Otherwise would have lost his troops here. So we just broke this guy's, we broke the side here because this mortar is only protected by that Bofors there. And Schnappi, since the Russians shifted in the middle here, Schnappi's also shifted in the middle. There he is with his Jagdpanzer again. He's got to be. Oh, come on, Schnappi. Okay, there we go. So check this out. Here, maybe it was this one I was watching. So watch Schnappi kind of bait him. Make sure his gun's facing. He's getting help from Nick over here. But he's turning like this to make sure that he can't get outflanked. His strongest armor's in the front here. And the guy has nowhere to go. And that is how you take out a T-3485 with a Jagdpanzer. Also, I'm not going to say these guys didn't help, but that's good microing right there. He did that twice. He did it down here and up north. So I'm feeling pretty good now that I can take this if we don't get shredded instantly. But Nick brings his Tiger up. He's trying to kill some infantry here. They're trying to build another Bofors here, which could be very, very, very bad. So I'm going to see them. I'm not seeing them building it just yet. I'm going to move forward here. And as I see them building this, I'm going to go, oh no. My artillery went down on my own guys here. I call artillery down again here. I think it's whatever you can see. Let's read the description here. Yeah, it kind of helps if you can see stuff too. So, surprising this is still alive though. So Nick is kind of shifted where everything's focused here. They have a Churchill. This is, I like how the grass is stuck on this thing. Just a regular Churchill. My artillery is going down. I'm going to level this thing finally. Or not. Or we could just miss. That works too. So overall, did I use my Stukas effectively? This is not my most effective use of them. I was mainly targeting the positions over here. It was very difficult, but I do think they helped secure this side again with help from Nick. I just need some armor to help me. Look at these guys, Vet 3. They have the anvil tactics here. So they're going to kill Nick's tank here, but I'm going to take out his tank. I'm going to protect his Churchill. Let's just triple check here. I want to make sure I'm getting you guys correct information. Yeah, I was right. That was anvil tactics here. So I'm very, very close to getting a King Tiger here, about 1 minute off. Same thing for the manpower that I need. And finally we see this mortar, which has done a lot of damage to us on this side. 19 kills. It's going to be time to say goodbye to him, and I will not be missing him. So that's dead now. Time to fall back. Oh yes, this is gonna be. This will probably be in the intro, honestly, to season 6, which we're about to hit. Look at these Russian guys right here. 320mm mortars here, all lined up. So they are bombarding the center pretty brutally. Fire's going down. You have a bombing strike incoming. Ah, damn, that wasn't the best angle there. But look at that. These 3 mortars got completely wiped out here. This one had 1 man left, and they keep remanning them and trying to refit from the half track there, replenish them. I have a King Titus on the field making its way slowly up here. We have all 3 victory points. Our opponents have lost a lot of their tanks. They can't seem to get any fuel whatsoever. Heavy tanks like the Churchill, yeah, they are a bit of a problem. They can do some real damage. However, if you don't have fuel and they get killed like that, yeah, these are very annoying. You have to make sure you like outflank them. I'm going to AVR here. That is very, very deadly to infantry. I'm trying to spread out, make sure we don't get killed here. I was very excited. My King Tiger is coming up on the field. My first tank of the game. 30 minutes in. That is the Air Force coming in, and that is when they decide to surrender. So good game to our opponents. Hope you guys enjoyed. Here's the kills and deaths here. Yeah, Nick and Shabby did a good job on this match here, and Shabby especially fighting against that spam in the beginning there. But the big thing for me was really just being able to finally push back this British position here. They're pretty heavily entrenched, and it takes a little bit to kill a Bofors. Anyway, see you guys on the next Company First 2 online replay.